Liverpool, they've been very, very poor, very poor, and some Liverpool fans are even saying, honestly out, honestly out, honestly out. I mean, they need defensive cover. They need a signing defensive wise because defensively they've been very poor. Do I think Liverpool should sack Arne Slot? I mean, they've had in the last couple of games, like 5, 6, 7 games. They've had games where they against teams where you would mostly expect them to win, and you haven't seen. I haven't seen any signs from them where you think like, oh, Liverpool going to improve more and they're going to come back to their best to where they were last season when they won the league. There's no signs of it. They're going to be back to their best. There's no signs of it. There's no. Yeah, they're 11, 13 game unbeaten streak. Yeah, whatever, man. So yeah, like this Liverpool team is not great to watch. It's not great to watch. So I don't think they should sack Arne Slot, in my opinion. But yes, they're 13 game unbeaten streak, but you can't see. Listen, this game is not Arne Slot's fault, by the way. It's not Arne Slot's fault because Liverpool missed chances, right? But you look at their last games, like. Do you clearly see that Liverpool going to improve on from now until the end of the season? No, there's no signs. There's no signs of it. Yeah, the 13 game unbeaten streak. Yeah, whatever, man. It's a fake one. It's a fake one. It's not a real one. Do I still think they'll finish in the top 4? They still should finish in the top 4. Even though they've been poor this season because other teams are not that good as well. United are going to be inconsistent. Chelsea are going to be inconsistent. So I think Liverpool will be good enough to finish in the top 4, in my opinion. Sunderland beat Crystal Palace 2-1. They continued their unbeaten streak in the Premier League this season. West Ham beat Tottenham away from home 2-1. Huge win for West Ham and for Nuno Espirito, especially reducing the 7 points to 5 points gap to Nottingham Forest. In the battle for relegation, to avoid relegation. So very important win for West Ham. Speaking of Nottingham Forest, they drew 0-0 with Arsenal, and very good point for Nottingham Forest, I have to say. Considering they're always going to play with that low block approach. And I said it. I said it before the game that Arsenal will tippy-tappy will try to attack, but Nottingham Forest will try to defend and play with the low block because Sean Dyche teams are always like this. Nottingham Forest didn't attack really at all. They had no shots on target. Arsenal had a lot of most of the possession of this game. They had chances from Martinelli in the first half where he should have scored one. I think Gyökeres had a chance as well at some point. So yeah, and when you look at the start 11 of Arsenal, and Nottingham Forest, like I said, they did well to get a point, and they defended well, and they earned one to get that point for the defensive work, and particularly Matt Sells had to make some great saves, which he did, so well done to him. But you look at the Arsenal start 11, and you say, why Arteta is dropping Bukayo Saka? I know Saka has not been in good form recently. But why are you dropping Saka? Why? And when he came on, he was the closest. He was the guy that was closest to scoring, other than the other Arsenal players. Martinelli had a chance, and Madueke, I thought he didn't have a good game. I mean, again, Arsenal they lack that. They still lack that missing piece going forward. They still lack that goal. And yes, they're playing as a low block. But, of course, it's going to be like this. I mean, City played a low block against them away from home, and City won 2-1 against them. So, if you want to win, I know City are not in good form right now, but, if you want to win the Premier League, you have to try to find this kind of, cope with this kind of things to try to win games. Cope with low blocks teams, So, and Arsenal in this game, I don't think they did. They dealt with it quite well. There was a suggestion maybe that there should have been a penalty for the handball of Aina. I mean, there was a Nottingham Forest player bugging with him, and you know, both were trying to clear. So it's, I understand Arsenal fans' complaints, particularly social media, but when you see other Nottingham Forest player, I mean, I think it would have been harsh, in my opinion, to give it as a penalty. It would have been harsh, in my opinion. If they gave it as a penalty, I would understand it. I would understand it because you have to go with the rules. Handball, it hits your hand. But I think it would have been harsh because of the contact the Aina had with the other Nottingham Forest player. So, or involvement, I should say. So, I understand it. And I think at the same time, the right decision was made, in my opinion. So, yeah. But I also understand Arsenal fans' like arguments. So, yeah. But Arsenal, I have to say, like, Manchester City dropped points and they lost, and this was a perfect opportunity for Arsenal to think like, okay, let's go more, let's do more, and let's try and win the game, and let's do more, and let's go 9 points clear. And in my opinion, it was an opportunity missed from Arsenal's side. They should have grabbed the opportunity. They should have, I think, I think one of the Arsenal fans was saying, like, drag the sticker on or something like that. Like, put a statement out to Man City and kill them. Kill them. Stick the dagger in. Stick the dagger in. I think that's one of the Arsenal fans said to me after the game. Stick the dagger in. And that's what Arsenal didn't do. They were, you could clearly see, I said it after the Liverpool game, they made the same mistake in the Liverpool game. When they saw City drop point to Chelsea and Brighton, in the Arsenal game, they were thinking like, yeah, we don't have to do much. So we just don't need to lose, and we are okay with the lead we have in the Premier League. And now, similar mistake. City have given another great opportunity for Arsenal. Another gift to extend your lead. And Arsenal are like, you know what? Yeah, whatever. We don't need to win. We don't need to lose. We don't need to win, but we don't need to lose. That's the most important thing. Like, that's a second place mentality. I'm sorry to say this, but that's a second place mentality. That you're like, nah, whatever. Because I guarantee you right now, if Liverpool were in the position of Arsenal, and they saw City dropping points and losing, they would have grabbed that opportunity. They would have taken the balls to win these kind of games. Liverpool, peak Liverpool, and the young club, 2020, and even last season. In the first half season when they were very good, second half season not so much, but the first half of last season they were fantastic. And City were losing games, and Liverpool were taking, capitalizing and winning, and they were better than the first half of the season. And they capitalized on it, and they were 11 points clear, something like that, come December ahead of City. Whereas this Arsenal side, you're like, do Arsenal really want to win the league? I'm not even exaggerating, but do really Arsenal want to win the league? Because I think, I know people will disagree with you, but I think the best player for Arsenal in this match was Declan Rice. He was the best player, and I don't think he was that great, by the way. I don't think he was that great, but he was their best player. The other players, Odegaard, not that good, And you see Declan Rice's frustration after the match, where he was saying, what did he say? Effing shit. Sorry for the swearing, but effing shit every effing time. I completely understand his frustration, because obviously it's a heat of the moment, and it was a great opportunity for City for Arsenal to extend that lead and to put 9 points clear and stamp on City and increase the gap between them. And they increased the gap, by the way, but it should have been 9 instead of 7, but this is now 7. I don't know if that frustration from Declan Rice relates to Arsenal dropping points again, or that relates to the penalty decision. I don't know. So I just wanted to say this because a lot of people say, oh, the Declan Rice's frustration is towards the other players, etc. We don't know that. It could be also related to the frustration of the refereeing decisions. So who knows? I remember after the Bournemouth game where I think Saliba got controversially sent off last season against Bournemouth, and he was saying every time to the referees. So it could be ready to do referee. Who knows? But you clearly see Declan Rice was clearly not happy after the match, and rightly so, because like Arsenal had a brilliant opportunity to go 9 points clear, and I'm sorry, but they missed opportunity, big opportunity, and they could regret it at the end. Who knows? Yes, I know this City side, and I still think Arsenal are going to win the Premier League. But and this City side are not capable of going in another great winning run with the state they're in right now. But what if they do that? The last 10 games, they go an amazing run and they win the league by 1 point. This kind of games could haunt and come back to bite at Arsenal, and cost Arsenal the title. So, yeah, it's a big missed opportunity for Arsenal. In my opinion, it's a big missed opportunity. And they've got difficult game against United coming up. Also, City have a difficult games coming up afterwards. They're gonna play Tottenham away and Liverpool away. So, yeah, I mean, Arsenal should still win their league. By the way, I still think that the favourites win the title, but I mean, it was a perfect opportunity for Arsenal to because I think if Arsenal would have won this game and say 9 points clear, stayed 9 points clear of City, you're like, there's no chance of City coming back. No chance. 9 points? Nah, it would have been too much. But they still give a glimmer of hope for City. Let's move on to the other games in La Liga. Real Madrid beat Levante 2-0. Goals from Kylian Mbappe and also Asensio. A lot of boos, a lot of whistles from the Real Madrid fans though in this game. Some fans were even saying Florentino Perez resign. And there was a lot of whistles for Vinicius Junior as well. He was crying, I think, before they go to the stadium, to the pitch, before they start the match. Understandable from the frustrations of Real Madrid fans, clearly because of the recent events that happened to them, losing 2 competitions and the change of manager, etc., and the problems with the players as well. So yeah, but Real Madrid, they get back to winning ways and they win 2-0, and they go 1 point behind Barcelona. However, Barcelona have a game to play today away to Real Sociedad. So let's see how Barcelona go about it. But yeah, very important for Real Madrid to get back to winning ways and bounce back, considering they've had the problems they've had recently, with the 2 cup competitions. So yeah, Bayern Munich win amazingly in an emphatic way again. This time against RB Leipzig, 5-1. Goals from Gnabry, Harry Kane, Jonathan Tah, Pavlovic, Michael Olise. I mean, this Bayern Munich team is amazing to watch. They're brilliant to watch. Going forward, they are wonderful to watch, and for sure they are one of the strong contenders to win the Champions League this season. Especially with Vincent Kompany, the job he's done. He's done a very, very good job, and they could rest players. Like when the big games in the Champions League come for Bayern Munich in knockout stages, the Bundesliga games in between them, they could rest players, and that's the advantage they have compared to the other teams in Europe and other European leagues, because Bayern Munich have a very big lead. So and a very, very clear. So yeah, another great win, another great day for Bayern Munich. You look at the Serie A, Inter win 1-0 against Udinese. Napoli bounced back considering they had a difficult run of results where they beat Sassuolo 1-0. Juventus lose 1-0 to Cagliari. However, AC Milan have a game to play today, as they could go back to being 3 points behind Inter Milan. You got the AFCON final. Morocco against Senegal. AFCON final today. Big game. I'm really looking forward to it. African Cup of Nations finals in this kind of game is always a big game. So it's exciting. It's going to be in Morocco. It's going to be a great atmosphere, I'm pretty sure. I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's going to be a fantastic game. Senegal, they're a good team. Not the same team as they were in 2022, but they're a good team. They create chances. They like to play football. They like to attack. They like to press. So yeah, I'm looking for. However, they're gonna have a bit of a blow in this game because they're gonna miss Koulibaly. There's going to be a huge blow to Senegal in this game. Morocco, they've not been and brilliant to watch in terms of scoring goals as Nigeria, for example, but they've been good to watch at the same time. They play good football as well. Defensively, they're very organized. In midfield, they're advanced. It's a very advanced team, well-structured team. So, yeah. Match conviction, I think with the missing of Koulibaly, I think if Koulibaly played, I think almost 50-50, but with the missing of Koulibaly, I think Morocco will win 2-1. That's it, guys. Thank you. I wish you have a nice day. See you next time, and bye.